We're live.
Hello. We are live.
Yes.
Well,
Take us
first
away,
things,
Warren. Take us away.
Let me take you away. Close your eyes, relax your body. Take a deep breath. Let's go to a fantastical world where our bodies are healing almost everything, if not everything. So yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Warren Connolly coming to you from a very typical autumn day in Santander, Hungary, just outside of Budapest, with my co-presenter, Mrs.
Paul Bursey. And you can tell by my accent I come from Australia. No, not. No, I come from the UK, just outside of London in Essex. So, yeah, cool. As I say, the headline today is our bodies can heal almost anything. And that is so true.
Mm-hmm.
Take it for granted. When we get a cut, it ends up healing itself.
We don't know how. We do know how, but
well, we do know how. Yeah,
but typical person goes, "Ooh, that's nice. That's healing."
But our, as I say, our bodies are much more complicated than that. Mm-hmm. It's a brilliant bit of kit.
Yeah.
The body is brilliant and it can heal itself.
In it.
But sometimes it needs some help,
yes.
as we all do. Okay, we can't do it alone. So look, our bodies have an amazing capacity to heal. It's as simple as that. I would say it's the most important function, being able to heal. And it's right up there with breathing, regulating blood pressure, and obviously how the major organs all work. So, so with that, let's sort of go a little bit deeper into it and find out a little bit more. Look, we digest our food and we utilize it for good, because if you didn't utilize the food, we weren't able to take on fluids and things like that, then we would die. And the great thing is, our bodies allow us to get rid of any waste.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we're allowed to recover from falls. We recover from injuries. We deal with things like bacteria, viruses. We deal with crap food sometimes. It's poisonous. Mm-hmm. We can deal with toxins and we can deal with parasites. It's not bad, is it? That's not bad as a start if it's the body's CV.
The body's CV.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a great skill set to have if you have a body.
It is. I mean, I'd be impressed with that if that was my CV. But I suppose we've got our own personal CV. But again, we have to protect it.
We do,
right?
Yeah.
And the problem is, over so many years, people abuse it. We've all abused it, okay? Some people make it a degree course over many years.
Yeah.
Okay? And they keep hammering away, whether it's smoking, whether it's alcohol. And I've had my moments, don't get me wrong. But the work that, okay, we can taper down on the alcohol, right? I don't want to talk about smoking because it sounds like I'm anti. Well, I am anti-smoking, but I don't want to. It's not, fair on the people who smoke. But
well, it's not really fair on people who drink either. Then, in that case, but smoking is more, in my opinion, is more toxic than alcohol is. So,
yeah. But I know more people have died of alcohol poisoning than smoking. So,
smoking's
kind of like roundabouts. The bottom line. Look, the bottom line is we all, in some way, either abuse or don't give our bodies the things that it needs.
Take it for granted.
We take it for granted, and the thing is, there's a knock-on effect.
Sure.
You can't complain. If you eat fast food every day and processed food, don't complain when you get cancer. All right? If you're doing everything right, you get cancer. Yeah, then you get okay. I'll give you that. You can have a bit of a whinge. But look, the key is this: we all live a certain number of years, right? Some have a lot less years to go, but the bottom line is that at the end of that period of time, whatever it is, whether it's 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years, or whatever it may be, you want to end up not in pain and in trouble. Okay, so you just hopefully can die naturally and without any nastiness. But we know that's not the case.
Well, that's not guaranteed. Whether, as you said, whether you're healthy or not, it's not guaranteed.
No, but you can give yourself a better opportunity, more opportunity.
Yeah, of course,
to get there unscathed, or as unscathed as we possibly can.
And unfortunately, people don't realize as well that you can't necessarily wait until you're 60, 70 years old before you start to want to take care of that, because you've done damage for 50 years or whatever.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So it's going to take time for that damage to be reversed. But the body can only heal itself as much as you allow it to heal itself.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
You've got to be your body's friend.
Yeah, you need to be.
The best friend.
You need to respect the fact that that body carries you around every day. As I say, we take it for granted. It's like you live by the ocean long enough, you're going to take it for granted that you live by the ocean. You're not going to go down there as often as you used to go when you first moved to the ocean. Same thing with your body. In the body, in your younger years, you want to look as good and as pristine as best as you can, because it's still new for you. Your body's changing, all this kind of stuff. Then you get into your 30s, and it's like, what is this?
But I mean, to be fair, I mean, unless you're really, really abusing your body, you're probably not going to notice very much until you're in your 40s.
Sure.
I know a lot of people. I mean, generally speaking, when we talk about abusing, we get away from the cigarettes and the alcohol from that. But even eating fast foods and things like that, it takes time to clog the arteries up and things like that. So, yeah, and that's really what we want to try and get away from. I mean, I always used to say, I don't get me wrong, I love McDonald's. Right, I love McDonald's, and I used to get myself down to one every 3 months.
Okay.
The more I looked into it, I don't touch it at all now.
Yeah,
I don't, but I used to give myself a little bit of a cheat, now and then. I won't give myself an inch now.
Yeah.
I won't eat processed food. I won't eat, and the reason being is because I want to feel good for as many years as I possibly can.
It's our daughter says to me. She said to me a few weeks ago that she wants to have a McDonald's. She wants to try a McDonald's. So I asked her, like, what made you want to try McDonald's?
Peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure.
Yeah.
And same with Fanta. She wanted to have a Fanta, and I asked her, why do you want to have Fanta? Because she's always, like, all her life, because of her father and her mother, she was like, Fanta, McDonald's, because she knows. We've told her from the time she could understand that it's really bad for you. So I said to her, okay, and I now feel like I'm one of those fathers that's going to be taking their child through their first experience with alcohol, or let's say, for example, like a drug or something like that. Some parents do drugs with their kids because they know if their kids want to take drugs, do it with me. Okay, so I'm feeling the same thing now with her. I was like, okay, you can have a McDonald's or a Burger King, but you can only have it with me. You eat it with me. Yeah. I don't want her to go with the friends and then she starts eating McDonald's, and then she associates McDonald's with being something that is like part of, that peer thing, like you say, peer pressure. I want her to.
That's why people start to smoke and drink.
Sure, of course. People try to force me to smoke and that and drink.
Social settings.
Yeah. And then
don't get me wrong. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's down to the individual what they do.
Of course.
Right? But all I would say is, if you, I mentioned smoking, but if you're going to smoke, know that you may get lung cancer or COPD and all that type of stuff. So as long as you know what the chances are, then go ahead and do whatever you want to do.
And if you're still willing to do that afterwards, then yes. Yeah, then that's your choice at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, look, we have built-in mechanisms designed to defend ourselves and to repair ourselves. All right. what is the type of help that we can give it? Well, I think two of the biggest things, A is hydration, the other one's sleep, because they're the two things that repair and renew. Okay, and then you add together with good nutrition and nutrients. Okay, a little bit of exercise or whatever. That's what we talk about all the time. You know, we all know what we need to do. It's whether you're willing to do it at the end of the day.
That's the key,
you know,
because it's pushing people out of their comfort zone, right?
Yeah. We don't think of engaging our healing capacity in the best way sometimes when we're, but we think about it when we're sick. How about doing it beforehand? Right? It's no good knowing you're dying and then think about health insurance. The health insurance must be done early enough, because you get it much cheaper anyway. Especially if you smoke, it costs you more money.
Yeah.
Right. And so you've got to have a reasonable lifestyle, but take care of that and you can forget about it.
I wonder why that is. If you smoke, it costs you more money. It's funny how it's just smoking. If you smoke, it costs you more money. But if anything else, they don't check. Yeah, do you do this? No. They just worry. Do you smoke?
But look, this is all really. It's all about set and forget, and you can not only do that with life insurance, but you can also do it with your health. So if you go down early enough and go down a healthy path, you don't have to think about it, because it becomes ingrained in you. It becomes habit. Right? Then you can just get on and enjoy your life. Not even think about it. Again, it's your choice. You could say that we're preaching at you, I suppose. Yeah, you could say that up to a point, which is fine. But I do believe in individuals and having the right to determine what they want to do. If they want to go down a route and they're not affecting anyone, right? Go do it.
Let them go. Let them do it. Yeah.
When things go wrong, though, we assume that our body has failed us. In reality, what's happened is that we've failed our body.
And this is why people don't want to. This is why they will think that we are preaching to them. For those that may think that, is because they choose to remain in denial of it, and they think, well, you're telling me this and that and this and that. But at the end of the day, as you say, when their body does fail, they blame the body. They don't blame themselves. They don't take responsibility.
Yeah. And we deal with disease typically with surgery or medication. Why would you want to get that far?
Yeah.
Ask people who've got stage 4 cancer if they wanted to get that far. And that,
and as you said, you can be healthy and it can happen to you. And
absolutely. Now we have to. There are with the genes and things like that. There's a certain percentage, probably about 20%, maybe a bit less, that will get something.
No matter what.
Go wrong with them, no matter what they do. Okay. But the key is to stay healthy enough so you can offset it long enough.
Well, even then, I mean, if you have a predisposition due to genetic predispositioning, then you still want to make sure that you don't, don't
aggravate it.
Don't aggravate it by discarding it or being aloof about the situation. I meet people so many times. It's like, I'm going to be dead by the time I'm 55 or I'm 60 because my father had a heart attack, or in my family the men have always died at around this age because of heart attacks and things like that. And I'm like, but why do you want to think like that? Your body can heal itself. Your body can, and all it takes is the right mindset, the right practices, and the right attitude towards it. It's a simple thing like that. You just need to shift your energy, shift the way you think about it and the way you behave about it, and you're most likely to be successful in countering it.
I like getting up in the morning, and I also like feeling good when I get up in the morning.
Yes.
Right? And that's only done through preparation. It's like we've all been there, haven't we? Getting up and you've had a drink the night before. Oh, I don't want to get up. You'll.
Well, here's another thing.
Been there. Not everyone, but a lot of us have been there.
Yeah, right? and I mean, it's some simple practices. Like, you can still go and enjoy yourself and have a drink. And if you've had one too many, have a glass of water before you go to bed. It's a simple
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and how many times do you need to tell people, have a glass of water before you go to bed? Some people drink every night and they don't have a glass of water before they go to bed. And then they wake up in the morning, every morning, and they wonder why, because they just discounted a very simple, easy practice. Have a glass of water. It's going to help you when you wake up in the morning.
I'd give a proviso, because from the old boys club, I would say that drink plenty of fluid, but make sure you do it a little bit earlier in the day.
Okay, sure.
Because otherwise you'll be visiting a certain little room during the night. So
even then, if you're getting rid of those toxins, aren't you? You're getting rid of that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And to be fair, because I take care of everything else, I go straight back to sleep. So, which is great as far as I'm concerned. So, look, most of us are not even aware that there is another way to approach health and illness, and that is through prevention. Okay, prevention to me is everything, or virtually everything. Painkillers and drugs are not the best way to go. Now, sometimes people have to have drugs, but it's not common, right? People seem to think they're taking painkillers is common. It's common because you made it common.
Well, yeah, it is common because too many people have made it common. And
that's right. Yeah,
it doesn't mean it's right. It's like anything in life. Just because the majority of people practice it doesn't mean it's the right way to do things.
Yeah.
I mean, if we continue to kill people, take out the adage or the belief as an eye for an eye, we'd all be walking around blind. Just imagine.
Yeah. Who's that? I don't know. I can't see you. It's just like, no disrespect to anyone who's blind, but you can see the funny analogy to the.
So if you carried on that mentality, then it doesn't mean it's right, because you're all walking around blind now.
No. So anyway, look, I know Warren does as well, but I look at healthcare and disease much differently now than I ever did. Mm-hmm. And you've heard it before, and it's prevention is better than cure.
Sure.
And so then we need to know what we can do. Our bodies can heal almost anything that this world can throw at it, and including the last 18 months, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We've all got strong feelings on that, and some people go down a certain route, some people don't. But that's a personal choice. Again, and nobody should try and dissuade people from what their personal choice is. Sometimes the body can't cope. Okay, and that normally means it's overwhelmed. Normally because we haven't taken care of things first.
Yeah, invariably the only reason, or one of the only reasons why the body's going to be overwhelmed, is if you haven't taken care of it just to begin with.
Yeah.
If
your body can virtually fight off everything.
Yeah.
Virtually. There's always going to be things like bubonic plague or something like that. There's always going to be certain things that you can't fight off.
Or being hit by a bus. That's not going to help you necessarily. Your body's not going to necessarily heal from that.
Yeah.
But also, if you think about in the old days, how often people got injured and hurt and sick and things like that, and their bodies managed to heal themselves. They may not have lived a full and rich life after they got sick or they broke an arm or a leg, but in those days, because they didn't necessarily use splints and go to hospitals and all that kind of stuff, but their bodies healed themselves. I remember when I was a kid, I cracked my skull in 3 places. So I got hit on the top of my head here.
I wonder what was wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And I got hit on the top of the head, and my skull cracked in 3 places. I come from Africa, in the 70s, early 80s, and that, even today, you get injured and stuff like that. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You carry on.
War wound.
So my mother she just fixed it all up. She patched it up. She just cleared up the blood and everything. And I had massive headaches for I don't know how many days, all that kind of stuff. But we never went to the doctors or anything. My mother would just give me painkillers or headache tablets or whatever, and that was it. I mean, I don't take that kind of stuff now. I don't even know what is what on the market these days. relating to that, but my body healed itself. It really did. It's your body creates miracles each and every single day. And what I mean by miracles is what your body does to fight off all the different. If you think about the way that your body is being bombarded each and every day through, we're not just talking about viruses and bacteria and all that kind of that gunky stuff. If you think about all the technology, all the electricity, all the radiation, all the frequencies that are emanating into your body. You've got your radio, you've got your TV, you've got your laptop, you've got your phone, you've got 5G, you've got so many different things that are affecting your body on a frequency basis, but your body's still able to heal itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's incredible, really. So just be grateful for the fact that you have this vessel that allows you to stay healthy and get up in the morning and feel good for yourself if you so choose. And to be able to live a fruitful, long life if you so choose.
Yeah.
So if you do want that, be grateful for it.
That's right. But the problem is, on many occasions, the body's own healing mechanism is impaired, and we are the worst individually at affecting the body, and if it's impaired, we need to do something about it. Now, I always like to mention this: the 300 Spartans were the best at their time. Okay, whatever year it was, I don't know, I can't think. But in the end, 50,000 Persians swamped them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they needed a little bit of help by being betrayed, so they came in behind them and things like that. But they were always going to lose. Okay? Your body is better than the 300 Spartans. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
That's how good it is.
Yeah.
Now, the basic thing is if you let your body become impaired, those 50,000 Persians are going to get you. All right? They're going to get you. So
also, again, sorry, Paul, but those 300 Spartans, why were they so effective? Because they worked as one unit. They worked as a single body, and that's how they managed to stave off those Persians for so long. It's because if they were fractured and splintered, they would have been defeated a lot sooner than they were.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the body as well. The body works in the same way.
So from our perspective, because this is what we do, the best approach is to restore your natural mechanism. All right? Mm-hmm. It typically doesn't need to be supercharged or anything like that, or you could call it supercharged, but it's doing daily habits every day, simple little things that improve your defenses. Okay, so a lot of people they'll put a fence up. They'll think they're doing something well, but they're forgetting the sides and the back.
Mm-hmm.
So the invaders can come from behind.
Mm-hmm.
So what you need is a complete system. The only way you're going to do that is through education. Maybe you need a bit of guidance, and then you have to do certain actions, certain things you're going to have to do. So you can be guided. You need to stop doing a few things, maybe.
Perhaps, okay? Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. I'm not going into any sort of detail here, but what you then need to do is take actions every day. All right. You need to sustain it. You drink water every day. You sleep every day. These, and you've got to make sure these are working for you. You've seen a lot of adverts. You've seen a lot of adverts where they show the little girl going and carrying this canister 5 miles to go and get some water, and then when she gets to the water, it's all murky, or there's a dead cattle in it or something, and whatever. So yes, you can drink water every day, or fluid, or any fluid, but is it the right water? Is it the right fluid? Okay. Even things like tea and coffee. By all means, have tea and coffee, but don't have 20 cups a day. I mean, I'm down to 2 cups of tea a day and 1 hot chocolate.
Oh, no.
So, and I have them earlier in the day, so it doesn't affect me later on. So you have to think that. But look, your body will help you and work with you if you can eliminate bad behaviors. Now, because of the type of person I am, I wouldn't say eliminate all bad behavior because it'd be boring. But those ones, if you were, as I say, drinking every day, maybe, if you're having a small glass of red wine every day, great. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nice bit of resveratrol. Brilliant.
Resveratrol.
Yeah.
Resveratrol.
Anyway, yeah. So, but everything you do is going to be one step at a time. It's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to be reasonably disciplined to sort of put things in place. But I think we need to restore, renew our health daily.
Yes.
That's how I do it. And don't focus on disease. Focus on health, right? Don't think about what's going on at the moment. Think about improving your immune system the best way that you possibly can. And there's so much good that can be done, and you're the one to do it.
And this is when your body becomes so much more powerful in its ability to heal itself, is when you're focusing on the right outcome that you want to have. So, as Paul says, don't focus on the disease or focus on what's wrong. Focus on what you want to see happen in your health and in your body, and that's a healthier, boosted immune system, for example.
Absolutely.
Yeah, focus on that, because then when you focus on the positive outcome and the things that you want to see happen, your brain will start to change the way it thinks, the way it functions. Not the brain thinks, but the way you're thinking and the way it functions, and you will start to notice opportunities and things where it will aid you in doing what you want to do. And so if, for example, you are sickly, or you do get sick on a regular basis, and you want to boost your immune system because you don't want to be affected by X, Y, and Z, then start thinking about that, and then you'll start to notice something will happen. Somebody might give you a phone call and say, hey, or you might see an advert somewhere or something like that, and you'll start noticing these different things that will be coming into your life and will aid you in doing whatever it is that you need to do. And it's the same for anything in life, but we don't think about that necessarily when it comes to our health, because we think that our health is dependent on somebody outside of us, like the doctor or the pharmacist. That's who we believe is responsible for our health, not ourselves. So we don't focus on what is it around us. So think about what it is that you want to have, and your mind will help you to heal. It'll help your body to heal itself.
I think, as we always talk about this, even on our Success Cafe.tv show, mindset is a big part of it as well.
Yeah.
You've got to think healthy. It's I expect to be healthy. I do not expect to be ill at all. Right? And I'm very rarely ill. Now, what happens when the cold comes along? We've all had colds, okay? And I used to have colds.
We still get colds, by the way.
Yeah, we still get it, but it doesn't affect us.
No. What I mean is, in general, the general public still gets colds. Colds are still here.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
just to remind people,
I still get. Sometimes you're being attacked with something.
Yes.
Right, but it doesn't take hold. It just stays there for a day or something, and then it's gone. Now, the only way you can do that is if you take care of business beforehand.
That's what happened to me last night. Yesterday afternoon, I was feeling very tired and lethargic. And then came last night, I was starting to blow my nose a little bit. And I thought, okay. Our daughter's just been sick recently. And I thought maybe something's still there. Maybe something's trying to grab onto me. So I went and I had an early night. I went to sleep early, and I've got a good 7 hours sleep. And I feel great today. I don't feel anything now. That's taking care of it, the situation before it evolves.
Yeah, I mean, look, things are obviously we get attacked daily by hundreds and thousands of different things. That's what it's like. And if you've ever seen the film Zulu, which is in the 60s, they had 5,000 Zulus attacking this encampment with something like 150 British soldiers, right? And they fought them off. But what the Zulus kept doing was probing all the time. And that's what these illnesses do. They probe, you know, and if you haven't sorted out your defenses, they will find a way through.
They will, yeah, eventually, yeah.
You know, so what you want to do is make sure that you've got an all-round defense. And the only way you're going to do that is habit. Daily habit.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. Do I have the odd candy bar or sweets? Absolutely. Right? Should I be having them? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not.
Once in a while, or the odd one.
That's right.
You should be.
But the other 95%.
You're enjoying life.
Yeah. The other 95% I'm doing right.
Yes.
That's the difference.
That's
right? It's no good having the Mars bar if 95% you're doing wrong. Then it becomes more significant. So now most people across the world are out of balance. Okay. This is based on science. Okay. There's 97% of people are out of balance. Now, when we talk about out of balance, we're talking about this is just one thing. Right? And that's the ratio between the omegas, between omega-6 and omega-3. Just one area. Right? So you've got trillions of cells. Each cell needs to be balanced. All right? If they're not balanced, you lose them. It's like an invading army coming in and gradually taking over. Right? The cells of your body need the nutrients to go through into the cells, and it needs to get rid of the rubbish. Right? If they're hard, the cells, they will die. When enough cells die, that's when you get things like cancer. So, and that's what we talk about being out of balance. So, a lot of us suppress our own immune system. Right? There are many reasons for it. You know, poor diet, lack of exercise, stress, nerve interference, different things like that. Okay, you can go on and on and on. If the body is a self-healing organism, why take medicine? Just think about it for a minute. Why take medicine? Because it's recommended. Get to the stage where you don't need any medicine. You can do it.
Yeah, you can, right? Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense to find out why the body isn't healing itself like it should? And then, you know, remove the interference or the problem.
And on top of that, if 97% of the population around the globe is out of balance, where do you think you sit in that percentage scale?
I'm in the 3%.
Yeah, okay. I'm asking people out there now. Okay, where do you honestly think that you sit in that percentage scale? And it's in the 97% or within 3%? And if you be honest with yourself, yeah, if 97% of the population is out of balance, and we're talking about athletes here as well, you know, professional athletes. We're not just talking about Joe Soap on the street. We're talking about across the board. And if 97% of the population is out of balance, then where do you honestly think that you fit and sit into that scale? And if you think that you are part of the 3%, fantastic. Then what I'm going to say to you is like, how do you know you're part of the 3%? Okay. If you think that you're part of the 97%, I'm going to say, great, you've identified something. So how do we know that you're part of the 97%? And it's important to know this as well, know whether you are or not. And you got to ask yourself that honest question. And then when you think that you're part of the 97%, then it's important to do something about it. It really is. Don't just sit there and think, I know this information, because then you know nothing. You need to do something about it and actually take action on it and start to be responsible and understand a little bit more. And I know that everybody has all the time in the world to do research and study like Paul and I do. Okay, we do nothing but do research. Okay. I'm joking. But, you know, we do have more time because it's important to us, more so than it is for you, perhaps, whoever's watching this here. But you want to know this information. You want to know what it means. You want to understand it so that you can actually help yourself. You don't have to know everything. You don't need to know what each of the 50 trillion cells in our body does, and how, by the fact that the cells are in balance or not, impacts the cell life, or whether cancer is able to grow. You don't need to know exactly how all of that works. But in the same token, you want to understand from a simplistic layman point of view is, am I in balance or not? And if I'm not in balance, how do I overcome that? What do I need to do? What small little interventions can I take day in and day out that are going to help me to come back into balance? It's a simple process, and I touch on that. I highlighted it because it is one of the most important factors pertaining to our health, is whether we're in balance or not. It is one of the most important factors. Okay. And it doesn't take medication. It doesn't take drugs.
No, absolutely not.
It really doesn't.
It's funny. If it makes you feel any better, right? Most elite athletes are in the 97%.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're not alone.
There we go.
Right. So I can tell you now, I don't know, Warren and myself will be in the top 3%. Without a shadow of a doubt. Okay. Now, it affects your performance. Now, you can take that to mean whatever you want. Okay. Whether it's sport, whether it's other things that you do, you just look. The bottom line is, I want to be in that top of 3%. I want to be in the top 1% if I can.
Mm-hmm.
And so things like football teams, most of them are out of balance. Elite athletes, rugby players, cricket players,
Olympic athletes,
and just think Usain Bolt for 1 minute. Now let's assume for the moment he's out of balance. We don't know, but
you love that man, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Anyway, so just think of him for a minute, right? And if he could have been the runner that he is, and he was in the 97%. Okay, just think if he could have joined the 3%,
mm-hmm.
or the top 1%,
mm-hmm.
as well as his ability that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Well, I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying, think of the improvement. Not that he could have. I don't think he could have proved that much, but you see what I'm getting at. You can see.
Yeah,
we don't know, do we? That's the key. We don't know. Look, the key is to take action before you become aware of something that you need. That's the key to everything. Do you want to be ill and then take action? Or would you rather be well and take action?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Think on that one, because that is extremely important,
And feeling well doesn't cut it either.
No. How many people do you know? How many people do you know that have either died or been ill? And you think, I was really surprised. He was really fit.
Yeah.
Being fit is not being in balance. There's a complete difference. All right. Now, hopefully, elite athletes are in both. The human body possesses an enormous and astonishing and a persistent capacity to heal itself, but it needs help. Mm-hmm. And you can help it. You can help your own body. All right. Now, disease.
You're the best. Sorry, you're the best person to help your body.
That's right.
You are.
Yeah. Now, disease generally occurs when we abuse our body. Now, we abuse it either knowingly or ignorantly. Right? And we deprive our bodies of what it needs.
Mm-hmm.
It's, nutrition's a science. It's always changing for the good. Okay?
Typically.
So we can have that natural self-repair, but we have to work with our body, not against it. And we have to have awareness, I call it mind over medicine, So, yes, we need medicine on occasions. We're nobody's saying that we don't, but it's abused to a tremendous scale.
Mm-hmm. Certainly it is.
Yeah, don't rely on the medical profession. It's not their job, right? we obviously, if we had heart problems, we'd go to the medical profession. But how about maybe reducing the chance of you getting any heart problems by 80%? Take the weight off of them. You know,
well, it's not about taking the weight off them. It's also people are led to believe, they're educated to believe that they must depend on the medical profession. They are. We are. People are programmed to the amount of times I've seen it happen where somebody is training, for example, they're training, maybe they're running, they're cycling, they're in the gym training, they injure, they get a sprain. So they get a sprained ankle or they get a muscle tear. Who do they go to? The doctor. And I asked them, so what is the doctor going to do for you? Oh, they're going to give me medication. Oh, okay. So the doctor is there to basically give you drugs, and that's going to help you to get better, right? So that's going to fix your body. They don't think about going to a physiotherapist, or they don't think about going to somebody that's going to help to actually fix that injury, rather than just go to a doctor so they can get medicated. Because a doctor, as you say, the doctor, that's not what they're there for. They're not there to take care of the nitty gritty, the small little things that, you come from an injury and this and that. They understand. They want you to get better. They want you to feel better. So they're going to give you medication because they know that's what's going to help. Okay, painkillers, this, that, whatever. So you want to take care. You're the best person. We are the best individual, best people that are going to take care of our bodies. But we need to think about who do we go to look after ourselves, look after us. And as you say, Paul, I mean, unless, of course, it's for an operation or some kind of major intervention, we shouldn't be depending so much on the medical profession for that help.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
There's only so many hours in a day as well, and they're getting swamped.
Oh, they are, especially nowadays, yeah.
Yeah. So if you take care of yourself as much as you can, then it makes it so when the person does need the help with the heart, that person, that specialist is available because he's not getting swamped by all our mistakes, in the past. So it is about mindset. It is about education. It is about action, personal action, We, what Warren and myself do, we help people balance their life, balance their body, We can help people. There has to be a starting point. You can, as an individual, power your body from within.
Sure.
How would you like to feel nourished? How would you like to feel empowered? Would you like to learn how to rebalance your life?
How would you like to wake up in the morning feeling good?
Yeah. Maybe when you start to consider supporting your mind and body.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone listening to this, if you resonate with this, put a yes in the comments. Right? Yes being maybe you need a little bit of guidance. And that guidance initially will just be a chat. That's
all it is. No strings attached.
No. And you put yes in the comments and we'll get back to you and speak to you. It could be one or, it could be either of us. So,
and on top of that, if you know somebody that would benefit from hearing this, then do the most likely thing, the most logical thing, and share this information with them. Either share this podcast or what you've learned and taken away from this, and share that with them as well. Those insights that you may have gained from listening to this, because I'm sure you've gained something from listening to this. Whether you're already knowledgeable about it or not, I'm sure something of new of light has come to you, a reminder for you. So share that with people, especially those that need that information. Not help, because we're not here to help people. We're just here to guide you. We're here to show you and guide you. You need to help yourself at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
I can't put your pants on for you.
Thank God. Just to think about a couple of things here. In the UK alone, there's over 7.5 million people who have heart disease.
Just the UK.
And that's just the UK. Throughout the world, there are millions of people that don't have a good night's sleep. Mm-hmm. Are you one of them? Would you like help in that area? Okay. Now, we believe that everyone, regardless of personal circumstances, has the right to the absolute best support and guidance when it comes to making positive lifestyle changes. This is not an empty promise. If you need help, ask. Don't sit in silence. Don't suffer in silence. Get it sorted. You'll feel happier,
Sure.
because nothing worse than sitting there moaning. And we've all done it, haven't we? We've all sat there and moaned. So, do something.
Especially us big boys. We like to be like little kids every once in a while.
Yeah, we're awful, aren't we, sometimes? Anyway, I think we're done here. If you need help, ask. Right? No excuses. We learn from it as well. That's the other thing.
Of course, yes.
We do have selfish reasons as well.
Yeah, because we are also growing every time we work with somebody. Yeah,
absolutely.
we ourselves grow as a result.
Yeah. All right, listen. Everyone have a fantastic Wednesday and the rest of the week, the weekend. And we'll speak to you next Wednesday on healthylife.tv. And go get healthy.
And may the rest of your week be sunny, bright, and full of sunshine. And if it's not, go play in the puddles.
Yeah, I'm now going to go and referee a football match. And later on, I'm doing it again.
The same football match.
Sorry?
The same football match.
No. All right. Listen, have a great time, and we'll speak to you soon.
Cheers, Paul. That was good.
See you later, mate.
Bye-bye.